Hi guys, this is Mr. Tan. And today we're going to be looking at the Ansoff model. The Ansoff model, first, invented or created by Igor Ansoff. We're going to look at the purpose of, where it fits in and why he created this. We're going to use the example of Tesco's, and then if you haven't already downloaded, we want you to download the Zapper app. So, this was first developed in 1957 in an article, published by Igor Ansoff on his strategic diversification strategies, and he developed 4 different strategies. And again, this was and this was developed to be used as a strategic tool, and we're going to look at which part of the organization that it was developed for, and so hopefully we can piece all this together. And there are 4 growth alternatives within this model, and these include market penetration, market development, product development, and diversification. And we're going to go through these in more detail, showing examples using the case of Tesco. So the first thing is, as when we looked at the BCG matrix, where was the BCG matrix, and at what point and where in the organization do you use Porter's 5 forces or the value chain? So let's just do a quick recap. So we know that the business strategy in the middle part of the organization, in terms of where the use of the Porter's value chain can be used, and Porter's 5 forces. In terms of the corporate side, well, we know that we explained before, and if you watched the video, the BCG matrix will be used at a corporate level, and there we looked at the market growth rate and the attractiveness of the market. So when we're looking at it, we're really looking at the bottom side in terms of the Ansoff matrix, in terms of the functional side, and we have to bear that in mind, the functional side in terms of how you're going to market your products to achieve your marketing strategy. And if you remember, the marketing strategy is split between 3 different parts, which is your segmentation, your targeting, and your positioning. And it's a question of saying, again, how best do you want to achieve your marketing strategy with your marketing mix, your product, price, place, promotion, and the extended marketing mix, people, process, and physical evidence. So there are 4 parts to the Ansoff model, and these include, market penetration, which is developing existing products to existing markets. You've got product development, which is existing markets to new products to existing markets. You've got market development, which is existing products to new markets. Or you've got diversification, which is new products to new markets. But again, we're going to go into more detail. So if we take the first one and we look at market penetration, which is existing products into existing markets, the aim here is to increase market share, selling more to the same market, get existing customers to buy more, widen the range of existing products to increase your overall sales. Therefore, you take your cost of goods away from your sales, which gives you your gross profit. More sales, take away your gross profit, gives you more gross profit. Take away your expenses. If you've got fixed costs, then these remain the same, which increases your net profit. So let's look at some examples of what Tesco's do to increase their market penetration. Well, Tesco's have different types of stores, and they've got over 1,000 stores in the UK, which includes different types of stores for different types of needs. You've got Tesco's superstores, Tesco's Express stores, you got Tesco's Metro stores, Tesco's Ultra stores, you got Tesco's online where they drop to you. And this is all part of not just opening one type of store, but opening different types of stores to cater for different needs. I mean, if you think about the Tesco's Express, you have a limited range of products, but predominantly the products in the Tesco Express are actually more expensive than they are with the same products in Tesco's Superstore, because this is really, a kind of like a time pressure where you can't get it. You go out, you want to buy a few items because you've got something missing in the house and you need to get it, so they actually charge you more for the convenience. So again, here are examples in terms of how Tesco's try to get market penetration. In addition to that, Tesco's have developed their club card, trying and develop heavy marketing to try and get the Tesco's brand image and the Tesco's club card, which they were the first retail business to start this club card in the food industry, to get people to come back and be loyal to Tesco's, to keep buying because they were getting points on their their club card. And then Tesco's also bought Booker's cash and carry, and so they're targeting more customers indirectly from targeting and selling to shops and other spaces who then sell to their customers with Tesco's products, but branded as Booker's. If we think about market development, well, this is about selling existing products in new markets. So this is logically strategy when existing markets are saturated, but they are more risky than product development. And existing products may not always suit the new markets. If we look at the way Tesco's went into the US, and they had to compete with Walmart, and there were two kind of like criticisms in terms of the strategy when going into the US. One, they had heavy competition, but two, the products weren't always suited. Their sandwich sizes targeted to the US customers, well, the US customers actually thought they were childlike sandwiches. They were the same sandwiches as we have over here, but in the US they were considered childlike because their portions in the US are far greater. So we think about how Tesco's have developed their market development. They've targeted other countries. They have their Tesco's stores in 11 other countries, which includes Malaysia, it includes Thailand, it includes Hungary, and 8 more countries where they have their stores. So they tend to sell the existing product range into new markets. But again, as we know, this may not always be successful, as we've seen in the case of the US when they had to pull out, which cost them $2 billion. Then we have product development, so introducing new products to the existing market. So here we're talking about a strategy that plays well to the strength of the business. Strong emphasis on effective research, great way of exploiting existing customer base. Being first to market is usually important, and we can see this with Tesco's own brands. And Tesco's came up with a lot of own brands to compete with the branded labels, which includes ketchup, jam, biscuits, peanut butter, Tesco's skimmed milk, and so on and so forth. So even though they have had success in this area, it's also right to point out that they've had a lot of unsuccessful product lines which they've had to pull, and which has cost them a lot of money in terms of developing it in the first place. And then we have diversification. So here we're saying, new products into new markets. Inherently risky strategy, and because you don't have any direct experience, few economies of scale, but if successful, it spreads the risk of the business. So it kind of like requires more innovation and R&D. You can acquire another existing business, and you can extend existing brands into new markets. So we can see that Tesco's have, introduced their Tesco's mortgages, Tesco's credit cards, Tesco's insurance. So they've introduced new products into new markets. And here we can see the Ansoff model complete in its entirety. So we can see the market penetration, the product development, the market development, and diversification. So it's not to say that, you look at the Ansoff matrix and you say, we are only going to tackle we're only going to go for market development, or we're only going to go for market penetration. No, you could actually tackle 2 or 3 different areas in the Ansoff model at one time, depending upon what your marketing strategy is and how you're going to achieve the aims and objectives of the business. So I hope that has helped today for Mr. Tan regarding the Ansoff model. As we also require you to, again, if you haven't already, download the Zapper app. Just type in your mobile, download Zapper app, and you'll see it comes up here on Zapper, and you can just install it on your mobile. Once you've installed it, you can just launch it, and then you can scan the app, and the app will lead you, if it's the Ansoff model, for example, to other links to other videos we would like you to watch for additional homework. So I hope that has helped today from Mr. Tan.